Hey, my investy besties, welcome back to Mommy Traders. So if you are new to this channel, welcome. On this channel, I'm just documenting me and my family of five's journey to financial independence, and we plan on retiring in 6 years from our 9 to 5 to be able to focus on doing the things that we want to do in life. So if that sounds interesting to you, go on and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and join us. And if you are a returning subscriber, 2 thumbs up for you. Thank you so much for coming back. I do appreciate you guys being here. So on today's video, it's going to be talking about the 3 things that my husband and myself learned on this debt freedom journey. Now, I know a lot of you have just started your journey, or you are in the trenches of your journey, or you're towards the end of your financial freedom journey, or you are actually just became debt free. I said financial freedom, I meant debt free journey. And if you find yourselves in any of those positions, you probably will be able to relate with a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about in this video today. And, for us anyway, being debt free, and when I say debt free, I'm not talking about so much the mortgage, though that is like, icing on the cake. In terms of debt freedom, I'm talking about consumer debt. So like credit cards, car loans, student loans, personal loans, anything type that you can think of in terms of having to pay someone each month, especially if you're paying a lot of interest. And so I wanted just to talk with you guys 3 things that we learned on this journey. Now, we were in debt over $75,000. Credit cards, car loans, personal loans, just I'm telling you guys, it was really, really bad. And it took us almost 2 years to get out of the hole. And there were some really, really good lessons that we had learned while on that journey. And so let's just get right into it. The first thing that we learned was that you have to be patient. Now, I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. When we first started this journey and we saw how much we were in the hole by, and we started out, and it's kind of weird because like after a couple of months, I was ready to kind of be done with it. But the fact of the matter is that we did not have this unlimited stream of income. We had to like budget it in. Our family was growing, and we just could not pay off all that debt in like 6 months. It just was not realistic for us and where we were in our finances. And patience was something that I really, really had to learn, and at times like really be patient with myself, because sometimes you want to move too fast sometimes. And when you move too fast on any type of journey or anything like that, it can derail you much quicker because you're not seeing a lot of the pitfalls. Being in a hurry so quick to pay off debt and not really finding something that worked for us caused us to, either stop and go, or give up. And I can tell you, a lot of people give up on their debt-free journey because they're not really trying to apply patience to it. It takes time, unfortunately. It takes time, especially if you are lower income, or you're just starting out in your career, or, just whatever the situation is. You have to be patient. It takes time to pay off that. Unless you have like a rich uncle, or you come into inheritance, or you win a lottery or something like that, then you can do it. But, a lot of people that have paid off, any type of amount of debt, especially if it's a higher amount of debt, will tell you it takes, a year minimum, sometimes 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And so you have to really be patient on this journey. Use some trackers, maybe get some spreadsheets, use some visuals to help keep you motivated. That helped us a lot, being able to track it month over month, and we were able to see our progress. So being patient was super, super helpful. You got to give yourself time, guys. The second thing that helped us on this debt freedom journey was really making a sacrifice. I can't really say it any type of way. And I know I talk about sacrifice a lot on this channel because it really is required to achieve and attain and to grasp those things that we want, especially financially. And it's no different, guys, on your debt-free journey. A sacrifice is going to have to be made. You're going to have to give up something, cut back on something, maybe get a part-time job, a side hustle, do something to kind of help you further your debt pay off a little quicker maybe than you want to. So I'm not saying like the first thing with being impatient and want it paid off in a month, but if there's some other things that you can do to maybe accelerate it a little bit, so maybe you can make a bigger monthly payment, maybe make an extra payment towards the interest only, excuse me guys, just things like that, That will really help. And I'm telling you, you have to make a sacrifice somewhere. Maybe cook more at home, maybe cook more from scratch, use some coupons, shop some sales. That is, I still do that now. And we are, well past the whole $75,000 in debt. And I still do that because I think once you go through that and you realize a sacrifice is going to have to be made somewhere and you get used to that, you're not going to want to have to pay full price for anything anymore. I don't want to pay full price if I can wait an extra month or two. Again, patience, the first point that I just made, if I can get it 40% off because the sales and the seasons have changed because things change so much in this work, especially when it comes to like clothing and shoes and just what's in and what's not in. And so I would rather, wait a little bit. And something that you'll also realize is the sales and the rotations of the stores and different products and things like that. So that if you do want to have those things, maybe if you make a sacrifice now, in a month or two, you'll be able to get those things at a cheaper price. So you're going to have to make a sacrifice somewhere, even sacrifice in time so you can figure out, what are all the debts that I have? I need the time to actually research and pull statements and figure out how much in the hole are we really. Write everything down. Write the interest that you're paying, the current monthly or the minimum payment, and go from there. Use some simple calculations on Excel. That's for free. You can type in Google how to pay off debt, and it'll bring up so many resources that you can use, that you can put your own numbers in, and it'll give you some suggestions on how you can pay off debt. And it'll give you some suggestions on if you did get a part-time job or a side hustle, how quicker you can pay your debt off. That's good for your speed, where you are in your situation. So that's the second thing we learned, is that sacrifice. We had to cut back. We had to give some things up. Some things had to be paused because we were really trying to focus on paying off debt. That also means that you're going to have to sacrifice any extra monies you may get. So bonuses, tax refunds, which is a biggie, these stimulus checks that we've been getting, you can sacrifice, going on a trip and buying this or that. Now, I'm not saying, don't splurge and enjoy yourself, but how bad do you want to get out of debt? That was something that was asked to us. How bad do you want to get out of debt? And we knew we wanted to get out of debt really, really bad, like more so than going on a trip or buying something fun. And so we use those extra funds to apply to the debt. So again, sacrificing that, any birthday money you get, money that the kiddies get, just different things like that. Any resource that you can use to pay off debt, use it. So the third and final thing that we learned on this journey is that you have to give yourself some grace. This was a biggie, guys, because I was really, really hard on myself. Remember, like I said in the first point about patience, I wanted to kind of pay this off, and you don't want to burn yourself out. Now, you can get a side hustle and different things like that, but if you are getting like 3 hours of sleep because you have 5 jobs because you want to pay off debt, now you're kind of messing or tapping into your health. And if you are not healthy enough to get the income to pay off the debt, then it's really is a wash. So give yourself some grace. Figure out a plan to pay off debt that is for your situation. When we first started, guys, we were trying to create a debt payoff plan that was for somebody else's, not our situation. And that's the thing, guys, especially with social media and online. This is where it can be negative, is that you're trying to copy someone else's plan. It's someone else's plan for a reason. Your plan has to be for your specific family. How many people do you have in your family? How much income do you have? Maybe you have somebody who has special needs or has a medical issue. Maybe you're lower income. Maybe you're still in school or you're going back to school and you're trying to, increase your income or your job prospects or different things like that. That's your situation. And so you want to make sure that you craft a debt payoff plan that is for you. That was something that we had to learn. That's why we had so many hiccups when we first started. It's because we were trying to follow someone else's debt payoff plan, and they had more income working with, or 2 people working, or no children, things like that. And so I'm trying to tell you guys that you have to give yourself some grace in that aspect. And also keep in mind, guys, that you may stumble. You may fall off the path. You may stop on the path, but you can keep going, okay? As long as you are breathing, as long as you have income coming in. If you need to restart 5 times, that's okay. Give yourself some grace. I can tell you, like I said before, 20 times about in that first year of just creating a budget and sticking to it. about 20 times. Because every time we would create a budget, when we get a paycheck, we would overspend on this or that. And it mainly was because we didn't create something that was realistic. You got to do that with your debt payoff plan too. Maybe you can pay an extra $50 and someone else can pay an extra $1,000. That's their situation, not yours. Focus on what you can do. And I can tell you guys, when we started doing that and really started putting our mind to our money and our situation, it was a game changer. And we saw that, okay, if we applied any extra money, this or that, made sacrifices, been patient, we can do this. And that's why we were able to get all of that money paid off with the family in about 2 years. And I'm telling you guys, if we can do it, and we weren't making a whole lot then. Remember, we started 6 years ago. So if you are just getting started, and keep in mind, guys, it's never too late to start as well. We started at 30. You hear a lot of people online now talking about investing as early as you can, paying off debt as early as you can, creating a budget, so on and so forth. But sometimes we get access to this information late. Sometimes we come late to the party, and that is okay. Give yourself some grace. It's okay. We started quote unquote late. But if you are in your 40s, 50s, it's never too late to pay off your debt, to build wealth for yourself. Make the time that you have work for you. So that's the video, guys. I really hope that you guys enjoyed me kind of sitting down and chit-chatting with you guys about how we paid off our debt and the things that we learned on this debt payoff journey, because I'm telling you guys, it was touch and go many times, touch and go. But anything that you're trying to learn, that you're trying to kind of renew your mind, your way of thinking, it's going to be touch and go. You would not even be human if it wasn't touch and go from time to time. But if you stay consistent and committed and focused on your goals, you can do it. I'm proof. There are a lot of people out there that look just like you, that came from where you come from, that have this type of situation that you may have, that have made it. And if they can do it, if I can do it, you can do it too. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I post on there more often. And again, guys, thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you later. Bye, guys.